the world. We hope that everything is going smooth on the live feed. Please let us know how it is going. You can message me, Zane Schweitzer, on Facebook, and or comment on the Stand Up World Tour Facebook page. We hope the quality is great, and we hope we are keeping you in tune with everything that's going on. Time remaining in this heat is 12 minutes. So riders in heat number 5 up next should be getting out into the lineup. Kelly Imamala in red, in white Ayrton, in blue Sven, and in green Augusto. Where's that at? Looks like White swinging around for a late takeoff on this one. Oh, just barely getting caught up on the ledge as we were talking about earlier. This apparent wind coming offshore from the beach out into the lineup. Once it gets to the bottom of the wave, it climbs the face and pushes straight up towards the sky. And sometimes with these big stand-up paddle boards, you get lifted and thrown out the back.
Yeah, the wind factor definitely coming into play here at Sunset with these offshore winds, kind of side offshore, the east-northeast trade winds. And they're blowing about average speed right now, 15 to 20. Well, when you're up on that board, it feels like a lot stronger, especially when you're peering over the ledge of a 20-foot drop. Some of the waves out there today are as tall as our scaffolding here, so that'll give you an idea of some of the mountains of water that these guys are facing out there.
Well, I see a red on the outside dropping on a nice one, almost getting exploded on the bottom of the wave. And the wave races out in front of him. I also see a lot of people just showing up to the beach. Big mahalos to everyone here to join us for the Sunset Beach Pro first leg of the Stand Up World Tour. Out on the water right now, we have Heat 4 of the first day of the Sunset Pro. Yuri Dabrikal from Brazil, Kyle Kosterlitz in white, Keone Kealana in blue, and Mark Winslow in green. For all the girls down there Instagramming on the beach, I see you. Remember, hashtag SUWT. Go follow Stand Up World Tour if you're liking what you're seeing.
8 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in heat number 4. And also let your friends and family know that they can see this wonderful event on standupworldtour.com. All one word, standupworldtour.com. They can see what you're enjoying live and be jealous that you are standing here with your toes in the Hawaiian sand on the North Shore, feeling the breeze in your face and watching the world's best athletes compete at one of the world's best surf breaks here at Sunset Beach. If you're looking for professional competition on the North Shore, you have found it. This is the Stand Up World Tour 2013. Brought to you by the Waterman League, Turtle Bay Resort, Starboard, GoPro, Amp Energy, Maui Gym, and Pacifico, among many other sponsors that we'll get to throughout the day. But this is heat number 4 of the trials round. We'll be running 8 heats of trials and then 4 heats of trials, and the top 2 of those trials of those quarterfinals in the trials will be getting seeds into the main round. So on standupworldtour.com, there is a link that says live feed, and that's where you're going to click to find our live coverage here of this Sunset Beach Pro of the Stand Up World Tour. 6 minutes and 50 seconds and counting. Heat number 5 is outside and standing by.
What? That's what I thought too. Have you seen him? That's what he said on the thing. Yeah? Maybe he was joking. Lying. Liar, you fuzzy bugger.
More waves on the outside. Check this out. Up and riding is green. This is Mark Winslow on a beefy one. He's going to need some speed. He cannot get around that section. And it's time to hold on tight. And whoa, blue. Keone Keolana bailing right under that lip. Red Yuri Dabrikal and blue Keone looking at that wave. None of those surfers are going to take it. Time remaining now, 5 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yes.
Felix Ferreira from Portugal is asking how the forecast for the next 2 days.
Helix. All right, I'm going to do another shout out while we have a bit of a lull out in the water. This one is to Palex Ferreira. And he's wondering the forecast for the next few days for the Sunset Pro. Palex coming from Portugal. Thank you for all of our viewers out in Portugal watching all the beautiful and action-packed events here at Sunset Beach Pro. The forecast is looking like it is on the rise all day. I mean, I was looking at Wind Guru, and it just looks like the intervals jack up around noon, and the wave period as well as it's supposed to get considerably bigger, I believe. What do you think, Rocky?
Yeah, and I think we're going to have waves throughout the weekend, so it should be great surf, great conditions for this event number 1 of the Stand Up World Tour. Starting off with a bang and no shortage of surf as we saw at Turtle Bay 2 days ago on Wednesday. So lots of waves. We definitely like to have more waves than not enough waves. So we'll be watching the forecast closely, but it looks to be pretty good looking through the weekend.
So for everybody wanting to know scores, right above the window where the live facts play, just the live score. So the graphic there is just why don't we have those? I need to get the website.
And if you'd like to see scores online at home, you can click right above the live feed, and there's a window with the live scoring. So you'll be able to see what the surfers are getting scored on and what their scores are for particular waves. Hawaiian Water Patrol getting ready to launch ski number 2. In this event, we do have a water photographer on board one of our jet skis, so we have the supplemental jet ski to take care of help take care of water safety. And in this event, with paddles and boards and equipment that is more susceptible to be taken around the lineup, the assistance of the Water Patrol is very crucial in this event.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Being an athlete out there at Sunset Beach, place like this, sometimes the waves go into the negative sea level, and, you know, it could be impossible to spot your board or your paddle if you lose it. So it's good to have some assistance from the skis to at least get you reunited with your equipment and to work your way back in the lineup on your own, that is.
Reunited, and it feels so good. 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Oh, shit.
Kili Momala, heat number 5. You should have been checked in.
Does anybody know where Kili Momala may be?
And Cesar Oliveira. I saw him earlier. He was here, bro. I seen him. I made eye contact with him.
So, Augusto and Kili, if you are somewhere, please come check in. Your heat is coming up in 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Well, it'll be a man-on-man affair, if not, between Ayrton Cozzolini and Sven Peltonen.
All right, well, I'm going to do another little shout-out to Craig Mdeely. He's wondering what size boards a lot of us competitors are using out there. And Sunset Beach, conditions like this, most of the competitors are riding anything from an 8.0 to a 10.6. I'd say later in the day and tomorrow you're going to see a big change in quiver for all the competitors. Once this wave gets a little bigger, it'll be more defined, breaking from the outside point, coming all the way in. And out there, you know, you want to have stability and a little bit more of an extra push to get into those waves.
You definitely want more board to propel you forward and to give you that much of an edge getting into these waves. With the wind factor, with the current factor, you're going to need a little bit more board, as we see Keone Keolana with 9 seconds counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So we're going to go 10 minutes next heat.
Ooh, this is going to be a fun heat. I'd enjoy being out at Sunset Beach with only one other guy. And Rocky, what's our update on the heat, I guess the two-man heat?
Tristan's right here. We're waiting for the
We're going to stand by and see what we're going to do here with man-on-man heat. We may not. Okay, so Cesar is checked in.
perfect. So,
It'll be a normal heat as follows, but
Right on, Cesar. We'll give you a few minutes to get out there.
you got 2 minutes. So there is Cesar on your screen. He lives right down the beach at VLAN. I don't know how he's late for his heat, but he's on it. He's going to get out there.
I wouldn't miss this, your opportunity to have only 2 other guys out in the water.
There's a guy from Italy in this heat who was on time.
give a shout out to West Coast Outdoor Adventure in Vancouver.
Go for it, Rocky.
Suki, Vancouver, BC.
Going? Here we go. Counting down to start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, what is that? Oh, time? Yeah, it's going.
Yeah, we got it. Outdoor Adventure, Vancouver people.
Mahalo to the West Coast Outdoor Adventure Company that is loving the live coverage, watching from West Coast town of Sook, Vancouver Island, BC, Canada. Right on.
Oh.
So we do have a Canadian contingency enjoying our live coverage online. That's good to know. We got people from Japan, from Portugal, among many other places.
Well, BC, that is home to the North American Starboard up there at Trident Sports. Hope you guys are watching. And big mahalos to everyone who's getting a hold of us, letting us know where you're from and letting you know you're enjoying it. We really love to hear all the people and how you're enjoying the cast and where you're coming from. It's great to see that we have such a great turn up from all over the world to be here with us in spirits in front of their computer at Sunset Beach.
Yeah, technology has really made it possible for sports like this to really grow and become more popular. And it started with the live coverage of the surfing, and then now it's bled over into the stand-up world tour and Waterman League and Tristan Boxford. Everybody doing a great job here getting this contest up and running for, I believe, the 4th year. This has been happening at Sunset Beach.
Ooh.
As we see blue up and riding. This is Sven Peltonen. And Sven, nice couple of turns on his forehand, keeping the board moving. Beautiful wall ahead. This is perfect sunset, Zane. Man, there must be some people just drooling over these waves, myself included.
Oh, yeah, I guarantee it. And Sven, he's a really cool guy, filled with aloha spirit. He's hailing from Jersey Shore. And I tell you what, he's been coming out here for the last 15 years to shortboard surf Sunset Beach. And I've been surfing with him the last few days out here. And he does have some local knowledge for the lineup out here. He seems to have really good wave selection and is surfing really smooth.
Heat number 6, go ahead and get checked in. Heat number 6, Jackson Close, Mikey O'Shaughnessy, Mark Temi, and Chikara Tevamura. Please check in.
Yo. Well, Rocky's bothering me saying I'm pretty stinky. So I'm going to go jump in the water, freshen up a bit. Be back in 10.
I didn't say it, but you saw my facial expressions, huh? Here is Ayrton Cozzolini, the Italian kite surfing champion, now stand-up paddle surfing. The goofy footer working on his backhand and almost lost it there. Recovers. Nice job for Ayrton. Going for the chop hop with the stand-up paddleboard. So just to show you the progressive maneuvers that are being done by some of our competitors. One of them displayed there by Ayrton Cozzolini. Hawaiian Water Patrol on your screen there, center screen with Larry Haynes on board with the water camera, getting some nice water shots for our post-production piece. There's our previous heat. Making it up the beach, that is red Yuri Dabrikow. Along with Ian Voss, his board caddy out there. You want some kind of equipment caddy when you are out here at Sunset Beach, because if anything malfunctions, you are far from the shore. And it's always nice having a friend or a team member out in the lineup or out in the channel with you to be holding your backup equipment. And with stand-up paddling, not only do you have your board and leash to worry about, but you also have the paddle that can sometimes snap under pressure.
Okay, so Yuri, how was the heat out there?
It's nice, little wind, but it's good waves coming bigger, and let's go wait for the results.
Cool, man. And have you been surfing out here all week so far, getting ready?
Yeah, I went to Hawaii 3 months ago, so I train a lot this wave and I'm prepared for more.
Right on. Well, good job out there, Yuri. Look
Thanks,
forward to
man.
seeing you, man.
All right, thank you, Yuri Dabrakal, for your quick words there. And on the outside, we've got Cesar in position, Cesar Oliveira, and looking to paddle into that wave. He can't get it. Checked in just a few minutes late for his heat, but he's out there now. We have 18 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. And ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes to the ocean. We've got some big waves approaching on the outside. Some of these waves are as tall as our scaffolding here. So if you take a look at the scaffolding and try to measure that wall of water moving towards you, you can see how big these waves really are once you're out there. And Cesar not able to get into that one. He could be sorry that he missed that one. Hopefully he's able to get out of that impact zone and beyond these next few waves that are much larger. And Cesar looks to be in position for this one. He's stroking, he's paddling, and he is on it. So Cesar up and riding. And just straight down the face of that wave and gets obliterated. And meanwhile, look at the wave on the outside. Pure, perfect, proper Sunset Beach. Heads up on the shoreline. We're going to get a high surge with the influx of these larger waves of the day that we saw break on the outside, now making their way into the shore break. Please pay attention to the lifeguard signs. The warning signs are posted. Please do not swim at this beach today. There is a very dangerous shore break, a very strong current. And we're going to throw it down to Dave Beatty for a quick couple of words. Take it away, Dave.
So Dave, how's it looking out there today?
I mean, this looks like really good Sunset Beach. It's getting bigger and bigger. Guys are starting to question what boards they're going to ride and things like that, making last-minute changes, and so yeah, it's going to get interesting as the day progresses for sure.
Right on. And you almost didn't make the contest. Tell us what happened at home, man.
Yeah. I had my second child, so he's fresh out of the oven, couple weeks old. So wifey let me come out last minute, and I'm glad to be here. I got my Myco mustache, and hopefully brings me a little luck.
Right on. Well, we look forward to seeing you out there in just a bit. Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, Dave Beatty. All I can say is killer stash, bro. Working it. 15 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this heat. And like we were saying before, no swimming at this beach. It's very dangerous today. It is for experts only. But after the contest, if you're looking for safe swimming, Turtle Bay Resort is the place to be. We have a beautifully protected cove just on the east end of the resort. It's right in front of Ola Restaurant. Beautiful sandy beach. Perfect for swimming of all ages, all skill levels. Just make sure you stay inside those orange buoys that are marked there at Turtle Bay, and you'll be okay. I have had to perform several rescues at that beach, but as long as you stay within those orange buoys, you should be okay. Stay close to shore, but it is safe swimming at Turtle Bay Resort. Of course, check that out after this beautiful day of competition here at Sunset Beach for the Stand Up World Tour Sunset Beach Pro. As you can see on your screen, some spectators making their way down to the beach, getting the beach bags, the coolers, all of the necessities for a day at the beach. And there's red Jackson Close making it out for the next heat, heat number 6 with his board caddy. And negotiating that shore break nicely is the surfer in the next heat. Takes a dip in the water. Now action back out to the lineup. Hawaiian Water Patrol in the foreground with Cozzolini in the white. And now you're looking at blue. That is Sven Peltonen out of New Jersey. So we have Italy represented with Cozzolini, New Jersey with Peltonen, and Oliveira representing the North Shore right here from Velziland. As we see blue, Sven taking off on this one, gets low and gets out in front of that section. Nicely positioned there for Sven. And now carving a nice cutback on his forehand. Drops back into the wave. What you can't see really on your screen is kind of how bumpy and how treacherous it is on the face of these waves. Now you can see a little bit of the chatter. The board he's riding is pretty big, so for it to be moving around that much kind of shows you what kind of bumps and things there are on the waves that are making it just a little bit difficult for really solid on the rail turning. But as we go out through the day, you'll see more surfers be able to flow nicely with the waves as they get warmed up and get more used to the conditions. And Cozzolini having a look at that one. He was stroking hard for a minute, but then realizing he was going to miss it. And one thing in Hawaii that is something that is very nerve-wracking sometimes and you don't want to do when you're surfing big waves is paddle for the first one and miss it. Because when you paddle for that first wave of the set and you miss it, when you turn around, there are bigger ones out the back ready to gobble you up. So Cozzolini did a good job taking a few paddles. Once he realized he wasn't going to get it, he gave up on it early. So he made that quick decision to spin around and get back to the outside. 11 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in heat number 5. We're over halfway through our trials round 1. We'll be going directly into trials round 2. That will be the quarterfinals. And then we'll be sending the top 2 from each quarterfinal into the main round. If you're just arriving from Starbucks, grab a seat and enjoy the action. I noticed the Starbucks in your hand. And we got to say, speaking of energy, we got to say mahalo to AMP Energy. AMP is providing our focus and energy supplements for this year's Stand-Up World Tour Sunset Beach Pro. And got to say mahalo keakua. Thank you, Lord, because look at what is coming on the outside. These surfers are either saying thank you, Lord, or saying, oh, my Lord. Please help me, because these waves are huge. Oh, yeah. Show. It's, All right, so joining me up in the booth here, this is Anthony Vela. And Anthony was a competitor in heat number 3, and he was able to get second place in advance. But check out this action in the water, Anthony. Look at this wave.
Oh, that's White up and riding. Ayrton Cozzolini just staying close to the pocket. Again, Rocky talking about his board bouncing. You can see how choppy it is. He's doing a really good job of staying in the power source of the wave, looking for a little inside barrel. Oh, just quite.
That was a big wall of water approaching Ayrton, and he kicks out. But, Anthony, talk a little bit about your heat and how it went out there for you. The swell's on the rise, so were you kind of on the lookout for those bigger sets?
I definitely took out my big board and was hoping for a couple of the bigger waves. I didn't come to Sunset to get some of the small insiders, so I'm just glad I made it through with the rising swell, so I get a chance to surf again.
Yep, and you'll be coming up in the quarterfinals, and then you got to get top 2 in that quarter to advance to the main round. So you got a little bit of work ahead of you.
Yeah, definitely. And watching Keone Kealana in that next heat, who I'll be going up against, he's one of the top surfers in the world and doesn't get a chance to travel around and do all the events, but I'm really stoked to see guys like him out at this event.
Yeah, he was able to advance out of his heat. In this heat, number 5 right now, we've got 8 minutes and 25 seconds. And it looks like Hank Photo on the red jet ski joining the Hawaiian Water Patrol crew, getting some epic still shots out there, of water shots. As Cesar Oliveira looks over the ledge on that one and says, no, thank you. But getting real consistent here. It is very, very obvious that the swell is hitting right now as we're seeing more and more waves come through.
Looks like Blue having a paddle but didn't want it. But that's green. Cesar dropping in again, fading down to the bottom. It's just a small inside wave, looking for it to wall up a little bit for him.
Now generating some speed, pointing his board down the line, and we'll see if he can fit one turn in.
He did get that turn in. Board bouncing. He's going for the inside reef and smartly deciding to pull out.
Looks like he's just trying to stay on his feet out there and survive that wave. It is very, very treacherous here at Sunset Beach, and it's a lot harder than it looks to stay on your board and get it moving, especially with that paddle in your hand and just being on a board that you're able to stand up on while it's still and not moving in the water. That means it's got to be really thick and wide, so you're really working with a lot bigger piece of equipment than your conventional surfer.
Yeah, definitely, and that's one of the most fun parts about coming to these events and just seeing what all the other surfers are riding. I mean, guys are riding really small boards out there, even for these big conditions, so that's, everyone's second-guessing themselves. Should I be on a smaller board, bigger board? I don't know what to ride.
Yeah, I definitely would. In Hawaii, surfing Sunset, I come from the conventional surfing background, but I also love to do the stand-up paddling and love to do surfing and downwind runs. But in Hawaii, I always, don't mind having too much board. I always believe too much board is better than not enough board.
Yep, and too much board is working for Sven Peltonen right here from New Jersey. His brother is working over here as a lifeguard. He's riding Jamie Mitchell's board right now, a borrowed board from Jamie Mitchell. Sven, with his lifeguarding background, on a really good wave. Sven spent some time out here on the North Shore and getting slammed on that one, but got a couple turns in.
Yeah, I was hanging out with those guys, Sven and John, over at Surfer Bar this past Tuesday. We had a good time for the open mic, Kanikapila Tuesday at Surfer Bar.
Open mic? What?
Open mic, yeah. We got the chance to come and play some music. If you want to sign up and jam, we have like some of the top musicians from the North Shore signing up. We even have hotel guests that come down and borrow guitars and play songs. Yeah, and they kill it.
Is it like karaoke, or is it just
it's more like it's more on your own? You play an instrument.
Or you can go a cappella, because I like Pitch. You ever seen the movie Pitch Perfect? Oh, yeah. That's a great movie. So
you can go a cappella. It's been done before.
So, Rocky, you've got plenty of experience here as a surfer and commentator. What are some tips for some of the guys out there for catching good waves? We got a replay of Sven right now.
Well, as we're watching this replay, what I can tell you is that with these boards, it seems like you want to stay out ahead of the whitewater a lot. You know, with a short board, with a conventional surfing style, you can play closer to the pit. But with these big boards, once you get caught in that pit, it seems hard to get back out in front. So my advice would be to kind of aim for the shoulder and get out in front of that open face and really put the board on rail. Because it's such a far venue, the more you exaggerate and draw out your turns, I think the better it'll look for the judges.
That's excellent advice. I'm writing it down in my mind right now.
I was going to say, asking for you, bro?
For everyone, we all want to make one more heat just so we can surf again. And again, thanks to the Waterman League and everyone putting up the scaffolding, all the judges. And how about the web guys in these camera angles? Every year it just keeps getting better and better, the webcast. So really stoked. And everyone watching, you guys are psyching right now.
Yep, standupworldtour.com. All of our viewers joining in, mahalo. And mahalo to our sponsors, Starboard Paddleboards, GoPro. You can check out the new Hero 3, Amp Energy. Going to be on the lookout for some of that Amp Energy here pretty soon. Maui Gym Sunglasses, Pacifico Beer, and of course, Turtle Bay Resort, where we had our competition 2 days ago. And we had a great turnout for the women's. We had a great turnout for the youth challenge, the Nakamakai Youth Challenge. No shortage of waves there, and really tough conditions for the kids and the girls, and they did very well.
They did extremely well. I mean, we had a couple of the young girls that competed with the open women and also competed against the boys in the Nakamakai. And just those young kids were ripping, the boys and the girls. And they were definitely taking some poundings as well. Tricky conditions.
Yeah, Turtle Bay is one of the trickiest waves to surf, especially when there's the size that it was. We saw some of the juniors competing here. We saw Tucker Ingalls out there. He had a bit of a tough time, but you know, give him a lot of credit for even getting out here at Sunset, being a junior competitor. Also, Yuri Dabrikow, well, I believe was in heat number 4. So I think we're going to see, I don't know if we're going to see any other juniors coming up, but those were the 2 that were featured from that Nakamakai Youth Challenge, and they got a spot here in the trials.
And did Riggs Napoleon, I don't see his name in the trials. Is he in the main event?
You know, I'm not sure. I haven't gotten a look at the
Riggs
main event yet, but Riggs looks to be in the main event. So he's actually one of the young veterans, if that makes sense. He's been out here on some of the biggest days and has been competing as a young stand-up paddler for the last few years. So he's in the main event already. So Riggs will be coming up a little bit later.
At 15 years old, he's going on his 4th time competing here at Sunset Beach, I believe, or possibly 3rd time. He was 12 years old when he caught that memorable, humongous wave.
And Zane was talking about that earlier, how he just got disappeared in the trough. Speaking of Zane, there he goes, jumping in the water for a quick cool off. And back to the action out in the lineup. Hawaiian Water Patrol, Hank Photo in frame. And your heat that is on standby, heat number 6, is waiting patiently. And they'll be on deck in 1 minute and 20 seconds. And right now we have a little bit of a lull in the action. We are going to...
We got Sven up and riding again.
No lull in the action. Eat my words. We got Cesar and Sven. Cesar in the front, Sven in the back. Cesar tucking high and tight and then gets clipped.
He got Nathan hedged right there.
Yep, and then just thrown over the falls as we see out the back in white. This is Ayrton Cozzolini. And Ayrton getting some nice extension on that top turn and another nice hair whip even.
The dreads really helped in that hair dip right there.
Yeah, he's really putting it all out there for the judges. Chop hop, and he completes it.
What?
So chop hop with a stand-up paddleboard.
He's been watching Zane Schweitzer, I think, and he was out at Turtle. Oh, another one. Pulling it again, coming all the way to the inside, off the top again. He's still going. He is not giving up on this wave, ladies and gentlemen.
He knows that there's 15 seconds remaining, and we're going to count it down here with 10 seconds. Here we go, counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So interesting to see what the judges will score that wave. It's got to be one of the higher waves that we've seen with his top turns and those carving turns. And then, of course, throwing in the tricks. 2 top hops on the wave made it look kind of cool.
Yep. We've got a replay right now. I think the chop hop's coming up. He just did his signature dreadlock hair dip. Here he comes setting up, putting his paddle in the water, all of the fins out, turning it around nice and easily, staying balanced and centered on his board.
He does have a kite surfing background, so that balance really coming into play. And then here's the second chop hop. You can see him setting up, getting all the fins out, and spinning it back around beautifully. And there was an interference in that heat, green on blue. So Cesar interfered on Sven, and results will be as follows. Standing by to start the next heat. Ready? Here we go. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right on the buzzer. Looks like we've got blue having a paddle. That's Mark up and riding. That's Mark Temi from Hawaii. Little bit closed out right there, but just trying to get started, get his feet wet.
Getting the score on the board, and that wave was quite a closeout for him. And this could be a surfer from the last heat. Oh, that is Mikey O'Shaughnessy in white. We've also got Jackson Close in red and Chikara Tevaomura in the green. Check in heat number 7. Uluboy Napeahi, Kekoa Awai, Giorgio Gomez, and Kolaya Jardine. Check in for heat number 7. So we're going to have a replacement for red in heat number 7. Kainoa Barron will be replacing Uluboy Napeahi.
We've got a set approaching. We've got Ayrton coming in white from that last heat, showing some progressive surfing. It's almost not fair, these kite surfers coming in to stand up. We got Kiahi Diaboitz we're looking forward to, of course, the 2-time world champion Kai Lenny. It seems that everyone coming from the kite background, they're just so good at, you know, maneuvering their boards. It's incredible.
Well, and they do have that experience of having the crossbar in their hand, which the paddle can function a lot like that crossbar. So Zane and I were discussing that earlier, that the windsurfers, the kite surfers, tend to have a little bit of advantage of the guys transitioning into the stand-up paddle sport rather than the conventional surfers and longboarders.
I never thought about having the crossbar in your hand, but that definitely makes a great point. We had White up and riding with a quick off the top and came unstuck on his second turn, but getting another wave under his belt. And
just to defy the point we just made, our defending champion of this Sunset Beach Pro is a longboarder, Bonga Perkins. So, you know, it was Kai Lenny 2 years in a row, but then Bonga had to come out and make a stand for the longboarders, and came out last year and did a great job in some huge sunset. I think he got a barrel out there and was killing it out at Sunset for last year's Sunset Beach Pro. We're going to take you down to Ayrton Cozzolini with an interview. Great job.
okay, Ayrton.
Wow, that's so crazy, huh? Big set coming. I was a little nervous of that, but it was so fun and take a couple waves, good. I take one big ones, but even turn because the board is 8 holes, so small. But it's hard to make a turn. But I'm really happy to get out there. Done the best wave I've never catch in Sapi, but it's so funny.
It was a really good last wave. Tell me a little bit about that last wave.
Last wave is, you know, I'm that a little small. You can turn very well, you know. Then I do some tricks, some 360. That was funny, huh? Do one turn. I'm wait for barrel, but the waves didn't do barrel. I just do a turn, but do a couple snap on the lip, and then do two 360 in one wave. Oh, so excited.
Good job, Ayrton.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you, Ayrton. Good job, Caesar. It's tough conditions out there. Gnarly sunset, huh?
We got
on the outside. Yep.
White dropping in, trying to angle his board, get down the wave, just like you suggested, but perhaps went a little too deep on that one and didn't stay high enough on the shoulder.
Well, I'm looking at where the guys are sitting, and it looks like they're really deep on the point. And with the swell building, it might be not a bad idea to sneak over to the West Bowl and get some open face riding, and also right in front of the judges right here.
Well, that was definitely my strategy because the last couple days with the smaller swell, everyone's been surfing close to the point, and I'm waiting for those big ones that are swinging wide. Those seem to have the best scoring potential.
And this one goes by unwritten. You see bailing his board right there. That was, I believe, Mark Teme. Hawaiian Water Patrol on the outside.
Looks like Jackson Close is having a paddle. Jackson from Australia, one of the top Australian stand-up paddlers.
And he's up and riding on a nice-looking wave. Good wave selection on the point. He's got to get some speed down the line. And he does get out in front. Enough for a nice little top turn there. And then he kicks out. So Jackson Close gets on the board. Time remaining 19 minutes and 45 seconds. So Kainoa Barron, Kekoa Awai, Giorgio Gomez, and Kolaya Jardine should be all checked in for heat number 7.
Looks like Zane's coming back from his morning swim / shower. Rocky's going to take a little break. Looks like I get to hang out with Zane for a second.
Yeah, brother Anthony. Good job in your last heat. How was that?
Thanks, Zane. Oh, man, I'm just so stoked. I can't believe I get to surf again. And, whew, scary out there.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, it's a blessing to surf Sunset Beach with only 3 other guys out. I mean, who gets to do that? It's pretty crazy.
I'll tell you what, in my whole life, I never thought I would have had the opportunity to do that, but I'm out there at Sunset with 3 other guys, got the Hawaiian Water Patrol out there making sure we're safe, so there's no excuses for not charging.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's so nice having them over your shoulder. Gives definitely us a big confidence boost. And let's use that once the waves get even bigger later in the day and tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I look forward to watching all you guys, hopefully making it into the main event. But I think as we get through these heats, you'll really see the surfing progress even more and more. And like you said in one of the earlier rounds, when are these guys going to start hitting that end section, right?
Oh, yeah, I guarantee. I think we saw a few people doing it this morning, but as we get closer and closer to the main event, we'll definitely be seeing that happening a lot.
Looks like we've got the beach starting to fill in. Everyone's hearing about the Stand-Up World Tour event here at Sunset Beach. We're in the 6th heat of 8 for the trials. We're going to get down to 8 trialists that are going to have the opportunity to surf in the main event.
Well, there's some action in that last heat. That was pretty cool seeing some chop hops from Ayrton.
Oh, I mean, progressive surfing on a power surfing wave. He did his work out the back as well, got in some big power turns and really milked it. And we have some breaking news here in the booth. Breaking news here in the booth.
Who's he taking place of? All right, you guys. Well, we had someone that didn't show up for the next heat, so we're going to have Manoa Jole, Tahitian legend, join us in the next trials heat of the Sunset Pro.
I mean, you look at the list of trialists, and Grant Twiggy Baker, Jamie Sterling, Manoa Jole, and, you know, guys from New Jersey, Sven Peltonen, who are out there ripping. So you can definitely come out here and make a name for yourself if you don't already have one. But there's a lot of top surfers and big wave riders out here at this event, Zane.
Oh, yeah, and it's an honor to be surfing by their side and here to enjoy the beautiful day with these amazing athletes and with everyone here on the beach. You know, it's starting to get really nice and sunny, warming up the Aina a bit. It's about Maui Jim o'clock. Bust out your glasses.
Boom, I'm wearing my Maui Jim longboards right now, keeping the sun out of my eyes. We're stoked. Yeah, what do you got on, Zane? I got the longboards.
I got the limited edition Kaimanas in white. They just recently finished producing these white Kaimanas, and so these are kind of rare.
You always get the hookups, those white Kaimanas. Those are Aaron Napoleon's favorite sunglasses as well.
All right, you guys, and we have 15 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in heat number 6 of the trials.
So we've got Jackson Close from Australia in red, Mikey Shaughnessy in white from Hawaii. In blue, we've got Mark Temi from Hawaii, and Chikara Tevamura in green. The Hawaiian Water Patrol showing us how to do it on this set wave right here.
Oh, yeah, that looks fun. Hey, well, you guys, we have another shout-out from Kira Dautry saying, "Go, Sven. We're watching you from
New Jersey.
Brigantine, New Jersey."
Yeah, Jackson Close off the bottom, setting up, looking for a little tube ride.
This is a good wave. That was that kind of a styly, like, laid-back, cut back right there.
We're going to say he did that on purpose.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Sven, you're ripping. Good job out there. You have your friends and family watching out back home. So, right on. And there you go. Little eject button.
What a beautiful day we have here, Zane. Offshore winds just making these waves look so beautiful. This is just such an amazing day. We're so lucky to be down here. Thanks to everyone giving up this amazing break for us for the day. The Stand Up World Tour presented by the Waterman League here in its 4th year at Sunset. Have you competed in this event every year, Zane?
Yes, I've been competing in this event since the first annual. And actually, the first Nakamakai event that ever took place was here at Sunset Beach. And I got to take part in that with Connor Baxter. And I believe Riggs was even in that one back in the day. And Slater Trout, Kai Lenny. It was, a lot of us were still Groms. Haven't been able to enter that division for the last 2 years.
So the Nakamakai, you've heard that list of past Nakamakai participants. And the list of this year's participants, those guys were ripping. We got a couple of them here today that'll be in the main event, possibly starting later today. We'll wait to make that determination. Looks like we've got a set approaching for the guys. That's white. That's Mikey Shaughnessy turning and paddling.
Mikey, Big Island boy. Let's see what he could pull out of his bag of tricks on this one. Looks like it's having a nice hollow face in front of him. Ooh! Oh, yeah. A little spit towards the end of that. There's that West Bowl that we've been talking about. Really starting to, make more of a closeout. Look, this one looked like it might open up.
Ooh, late takeoff by Green, but he was definitely in position and looked like there was someone on the shoulder. We'll leave it up to the judges for that one, Zane.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked pretty close. We'll see if the judges will take it as interference or not.
I believe we had one in a previous heat that looked a little similar to that. So, again, we can't make the call. We can just guess up here in the booth, but definitely might have gotten in the way of his scoring potential.
Yeah, and that's not something you want to do out there. And yes, we just confirmed that. That is an interference, green on blue. So for Green, he will have his second best score cut in half, which is actually very bad for an athlete looking to advance through a heat, because in these 4-man heats, we are judged off our 2 best waves of the heats. And so his second best wave will be cut in half. It doesn't mean he won't be able to advance. It is still possible. But it will be very challenging for him to make his way back up to the top of the heat.
Definitely. Unless he gets a 10 on one of these waves that cut in half with my math, I think that's a 5, which is still a pretty good score. But I don't know. Looks like we're going to have a replay here, Zane. Why don't you take us through this wave?
Well, this is Big Island Mikey boy. He's looking like he's shuffling forward on his board, getting ready for a possible barrel section. Looks like he just actually slipped off in the front of his grip pad. He decided to move a bit more forward to get that nose, really hold that big, fat rail in the water. And looks like when he shuffled forward, might have slipped a bit. But it was definitely... Looked like a closeout a bit, but he packed it. That's what counts.
Not sure if he was going to make it, but he went anyway. We've got Blue up and riding on his backside.
And there's Larry Haynes getting the shot behind him on the jet ski.
Trying to just stay on this wave. Jackson close, out the back, decides to not take this one. I think he was too far on the shoulder, couldn't get into that one.
Do we have the heat sheet somewhere? Yeah, they took them. Well, I don't know. I'd say it's we're starting to see some more consistent, bigger sets. So this swell, you know, what I saw on the internet is it should really start to be filling in around noon. So it's going to be exciting to see what the ocean is going to provide for us for the rest of the day. Here's Mikey again, up and riding. Anthony, take us through this one.
Oh, Mikey's just locked in right now. I think he's really looking for a tube ride, trying to catch back up to the a little bit too deep on that one, Zane, but he's really giving it a go. I don't think that's really what he was looking for to better his scores, but he'll paddle back out and think there's about 7 minutes left. What's the time check?
We have about 9 minutes and 40 seconds, so he definitely has enough time to get onto the lineup and get a better score.
What do you think, Zane? I think the Waterman League, Tristan and everyone made the right call to start the event today. Really looking at the swells, looking at the wind, waiting for the best conditions for the waiting period, and these look like the best conditions.
Yes, for sure. Definitely great conditions for us competitors. Once again, Anthony Vella here, Zane Schweitzer. Glad you guys are tuning in wherever you are around the world. We're here checking out the beautiful action, the Sunset Pro. And right now, as you can see out in the water, we got great waves. Only 4 guys part of the Watermen League out. And this is the first day of the Sunset Pro.
First day, we've had lots of action already. It's just non-stop action. If you stop down and watch 1 heat or 2 heats, you'll really see guys out there giving it their all. Came from all over the world trying to make it into the main event to surf against surfers such as the current world champion, Lecco Salazar, 2-time world champion Kai Lenny, and the list goes on and on.
And there you go on your computer screen. You can see Chuck Patterson, Tucker Ingles, and Matt Becker. Hey, boys, give us a little wave.
Yeah.
To all the online followers. There's a little bit of Team Nash for you right there. And also Matt Becker. Santa Barbara Charger, this local young talent. I tell you what, Matt Becker, look for him out in the water at Mavericks. He's recently been, you know, going crazy out there, Anthony.
Matt has been charging, to say the least, getting some heats, getting some waves in between the heats of the Mavericks contest. He's got some great guns made by Joe Bark, one of the top gun shapers in the world, and Matt's got some great boards under him. He's stoked, but Zane, look at this set approaching.
Oh, yeah, this one looks like it's got a bunch of West in it. Let's see if anyone's in position. Oh, this is a bomb.
This is a good one. Looks like there's a couple waves behind it, too, but I'm not sure if they'll make it out in time. They're pretty far inside for this one. But Jackson close, turning and paddling.
Going for it. Under the hook. Let's see. Larry's got a great shot from the jet ski. Oh, look at this. He's going to draw out a long bottom turn. Coming back into the whitewash. Let's see what he could pull off in this steeper face. Nice top turn. Oh, decides to straighten out through the closeout section. That's that West Bowl really swinging wide.
It's so tough. You want to go to the bottom and make a nice bottom turn, but really sometimes you got to stay on that high line to stay out in front of the whitewater. But Jackson milking it to the inside, still riding. Ooh, banking off the top, coming unstuck. We've got Blue out the back up and riding.
Wait, what? Okay. All right, you guys blew up and riding on a good one, but we are about to give it to Rocky, who is on the beach, to give you an update.
All right, guys, I'm down here on the beach, and we've got conditions improving as we speak. See the high surges coming up the beach right here. Crowds are starting to fill in. They realize that there's something going on, and we got it going on for the Stand Up World Tour event #1, Sunset Beach Pro, the trials round. These guys got their work cut out for them. It's going to be gnarly. We got another 6 hours of competition. Should be great fun, and everybody's down here enjoying the action.
Thanks, Rocky. We're back. We've got a little lull in the action, and You know, part of the whole stand-up world tour, we had the first event for the women's tour and also the Nakamakai youth event at Turtle Bay. Zane was just telling me about he was the first ever winner for the Nakamakai events when it was held for the first time. And Zane, you were telling me that it really helped, you know, spark your career and get you the motivation to want to really pursue stand-up paddle surfing and become very passionate about it like you are.
Yeah, I mean, it all started with Sven Rasmussen, a proud sponsor of the World Tour, actually, with Starboard. Starboard approached me with their new stand-up paddleboard line that was coming out, and I helped them test the boards, and I just fell in love with the sport coming from a surfer. And the Watermen League came along and held the first event here at Sunset Beach, and yeah, it definitely propelled me to become the athlete I am in stand-up paddling, to, I guess, do so well in my first competition. And with the Nakamakai events, it's so great that you know, all the boys come together and, you know, do these clinics. And not only is Nakamakai a division part of the Waterman League, but is actually an organization to teach kids all over Hawaii and the world how to stand up paddle and share the stoke with the sports that we love in the ocean.
You know, that's a great thing about you, Zane, is you love working with the kids, and you're really an inspiration to everyone out there. I mean, you're one of the first people in the water, one of the hardest people to get out of the water, and when you're out there, you're doing incredible maneuvers on the waves and also paddling back out, winning the Boardworks What's Your Move contest with your backflip, Zane. How's that?
Well, thank you, Anthony. You're the man. The backflip, that's the classic one. I don't know. I guess I've always been flipping since I was a kid. I'm just always don't know where's up, where's down. But
what size board were you on that backflip?
I believe that I was in. That was the one in the video, part of Boardworks What's Your Move, was actually on a 7.7, my Zane Schweitzer Pro model with Starboard.
7.7, a backflip, landing it on a 7.7. That's incredible. That is incredible.
A whole lot easier on the Starboard inflatables, that's for sure. You got these inflatable boards. Tell us a bit about this, like how cool of a sport is stand-up paddling, you know, the direction it's going. Maybe,
had a quick look, but no. Hey, thanks to Candace Appleby bringing us some fresh papaya up in the booth. Shout out to Candace Appleby taking part in the women's event.
Yeah, Candace, mahalo nui.
Muchas gracias, mi amor.
That's a good one. Working.
We've got a set approaching. It looks like Green having a paddle. That's Chikara. Teva Amura? No, just that one didn't have the wall that he was looking for.
Yeah, you guys we are counting down this heat, number 6 of the trial Sunset Pro. There's just about 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. I hope everyone is ready for the next heat number 7. In red, we have Kainoa Barron. Who's taking Moana's? What place did Moana take? It doesn't say on here. Oh, well, that's in the next heat. In red, we have Kainoa Barron. In white, Keikoa Awai. In blue, Giorgio Gomez. And in green, Kolaya Jardine.
We're coming to the close of heat number 6. Looks like we have a couple of waves approaching. You can see that surfers are getting spread out. The smaller waves seem to be breaking closer to the point and the bigger ones closer to the west bowl, and it's really tough to figure out where to sit out there.
Yeah, Sunset is a really tricky wave. You really got to get to know her and spend a lot of time with her. This is a surfer in red, Jackson, really doing a nice top turn. Shooting down the line, looking for a barrel section. Switching that paddle very smooth. We love to see paddle transition. Just barely comes unglued when wrapping back to the whitewash. But back to Sunset and how much of a tricky wave it is, Anthony. I mean, you said it yourself. You know, you got these two different peaks coming in, and a lot of the time you're confused, especially on the smaller days when it wants to be breaking on the outside peak and still kind of has that inside peak like where White's taking off right now.
Right. They're getting to the end of the heat, choosing to take off closer to the point on the inside on his second top turn. Not quite very critical wave, a little bit mushy, but still got a couple turns in.
All right, you guys, we're going to do a countdown in 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Surfer in red still up and riding. This wave will still count for him, and he's probably going to milk it all the way to the inside. Whoa!
I think that was for you, Zane. He bashed that section for you. Looks like we've got Rocky coming back to the booth. Pleasure hanging out with you, Zane.
Right on, Anthony Vela. Mahalos. You. Good luck in your next heats to come. All right, and we're going to start the next heat in 3, 2, 1.
Beginning heat number 7. Kainoa Baron in red. Keikoa Awai in white. Giorgio Gomez in blue.
I don't know.
And Kolaya Jardine in green.
I know Moana's in with Evan.
Check in heat number 8. Dave
Hey, do we have a first
Boehner.
aid kit somewhere?
Grant Baker.
First aid kit.
Manoa Drolet. And Kevin Seed, check in.
Came in with a big bloody toe. Brandon Rose. Brandon Rose, please check in with Hawaiian Water Patrol for a first aid kit.
All right, so we are in heat number 7. We're just about through the first round of trials. This is the Stand Up World Tour, event number 1, Sunset Beach Pro 2013. Brought to you by the Waterman League and Turtle Bay Resort. And we're going to take you to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with more action from heat number 7 of the Stand Up World Tour Sunset Beach Pro.
Kai Lenny has proved himself to be one of the most versatile athletes in the world. Turtle Bay has become his home away from home for good reason.
This place is just so amazing, Turtle Bay, and had such a good time on the North Shore. And it's always, you know, been very gracious and kind towards me, and I've always gotten some amazing waves and have met a lot of amazing people. And, you know, to finish another epic day the way, you know, with the sunset like that and some good waves, kind of hard to beat.
And we are back live here. Welcome to Sunset Beach. And on the outside, we've got a paddler having a look. And it is possibly green up and riding. Is that Fuzzy? I can't tell.
Look at this section on the inside. I'm mind surfing this one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, barrel.
All right, we're going to take you down on the beach for an interview with our surfer from the last heat.
So Jackson, how did he go for you?
It was pretty good once I got in the swing of things. It's just a bit, a bit nerve-wracking paddling out Sunset for your first comp, and just know you just got to go.
Right on. And anything memorable out there for you? Any ways that you really enjoyed getting on?
Well, I didn't fall at the start, so all of them were great. Just feel just riding a bigger board too on just bigger waves, so just felt good getting some water under your feet.
Right on.
Bit of speed.
Going to hold up for the rest of the day?
I wouldn't have a clue. I hope so. I'm in the mood now. I'm pumped, ready to go.
Right on. Well, good job out there. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jackson Close of that last heat. Here we go, green paddling. Green up and riding. Is that Kolaya Jardine in green? Can't tell from here, but he is in the pocket. Oh, going to pull in, and he gets obliterated.
Broke the legs.
Right on the pole, right on the head.
Oh, another good one out the back in blue. Oh, late takeoff, almost poking right there.
Giorgio Gomez.
And Giorgio, local to Florida, recent join to the Starboard team.
All right, that's your team, Zane Schweitzer.
Oh, yeah.
Starboard.
Also a proud sponsor of the Stand Up World Tour and the Sunset Beach Pro. Oh, shit. Okay. Got it.
And you see Green making it over that wave right there, paddling over. That's Kolaya Jardine. We need heat number 8 to check in and get going into the water. Dave Boehner, Grant Baker, Manoa Jolie, and Kevin Seed. And we got Cody Kerbox standing by on the beach. We're going to throw it down to him, and he's going to give us his words of wisdom. Take it away, Cody.
Hey, so Cody, right on, how's it looking out there?
Oh, conditions are looking pretty good. It's picking up and looks super fun. Wind's coming a little offshore, so might need a little longer board to get into them, but waves are looking pretty firing, so getting excited.
And the trialists, they're looking pretty good out there. You're looking forward to seeing them in the main rounds?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone's surfing super good for this event. There's so many guys now, so many new guys you never seen before, and all of a sudden they're doing crazy turns, and it's just super cool to see the sport growing so fast.
And what kind of training have you been putting in for this event?
Oh, just lots of, different stuff as far as race training and surfing the outer reefs as much as can. And the outer reefs at Maui are kind of most similar you can get to out here. So just been surfing that as much as I can do, and just having fun.
Cool, man. You psyched for the conditions for your rounds later today?
Yeah, definitely. It looks like it's gonna get even bigger, so should be pretty fun and up in the first heat. So can't wait to get out there.
Right on. Look forward to seeing you out there, Cody.
Right on. Thank you.
All right, got to say what up to Jace Lau and Shane Beshin tuning in all the way from right down the road at Rocky Point. So we got not only a live audience on the beach here, but we've got spectators tuning in from here on Oahu and all across the globe. We've had quite a few words from Canada, Portugal, as we see Green Kolaya Jardine standing tall, spreading out the arms, but no barrel. But a nice couple of turns there for Kolaya Fuzzy Jardine.
He looked like he's having fun out there.
He has fun in everything that he does.
Bro, you know what? Can you have Alina grab my phone out of the car?
And on the outside, blue paddling and pumping into a late drop. That is Giorgio Gomez. Nice top turn right there, keeping it loose. using those hips, and then gets upended and almost got the board to the pole.
Well, we're going to have Matty Schweitzer with his camera angle give you a quick replay of Giorgio's wave. Giorgio's been surfing very good lately. He currently rides the 7.4 by 26 Zane Schweitzer Pro model with starboard. As you can see right here, Rocky, maybe take us through what he's doing.
Well, a nice little turn right there, keeping it loose, and then had another opportunity, but that wave steepened up really quick, and then right there just catches a quarter of an inch of the board under the water.
And it looked like it did hit his arm.
And the board might have hit part of his body, so that's part of the risk that you take when you stand up paddle in the waves with such consequence as these at Sunset Beach.
Oh, yeah. And you could see a few of the competitors maybe getting a practice session in over to the left at Cammy's.
Some warm-up waves as we see Blue paddling over that wave. This Giorgio Gomez was up and riding on the previous wave, getting a nice turn, but couldn't complete the second turn.
Yeah, you should go to that angle, actually, probably.
Red needs to stand up. This is a stand-up paddle competition. You need to be standing at all times. And there's a couple of new spectators to the beach. Watch out down there. The waves are rushing high up the beach. You don't want to get your slippers wet or your shoes.
To all of you visitors on the beach, Instagramming away, Facebooking away, remember hashtag SUWT and tag Stand Up World Tour. And also call your friends and family back home. They could watch it live from their computer, possibly even see you on the beach walking around. And they could view that at standupworldtour.com. Simply click the live feed button at the top, and it'll take you to the feed.
Yep, and time remaining in this heat, 14 minutes and 12 seconds, so just over 14 minutes. Here to go in heat number 7.
Last heat around 1, huh?
Oh, hey, get my camera real quick. I got whales.
Here we go. Up and riding is White. This is Keiko Awai from the west side, surfing out of Makaha. Nice top turn right there. Looking good on his forehand. A nice looking wave out in front. And nice, beautiful slashing turn for Keikoa. And the roundhouse cut back. So Keikoa making nice use of the paddle. You see him how he flips it from side to side, digs it in right there, and a smooth flowing ride in rhythm with the ocean.
Yes, he was. This isn't Keikoa Awai's first rodeo. This is, I believe, his third year at the Sunset Pro. Oh, and sets on the outside.
Whoa. That was Kainoa Barron dropping in and then having to kick out right away, and huge whale breaches happening straight out and huge waves on the way.
How's this West Bowl, Rocky? Oh, yeah.
Check this out. This is Blue Giorgio Gomez fading, getting one turn off the top. Now has to put the pedal to the metal, get some speed down the line as this wave is starting to jack up.
Oh,
nice top turn, air drops back into it, and makes it to the shoulder safely. So nice ride there for Giorgio Gomez in blue.
Ooh, for a Florida boy, he's looking pretty comfortable in this well overhead waves.
Flow rider.
All right, I have another shout out to some of our friends from California, Nick Flecker. All right, Nick. I'm glad you guys are tuning in and watching the action here at the Sunset Beach Pro.
Red needs to stand up. Red, you have to stand up. If Water Patrol can inform Red that he must be standing at all times possible. You cannot rest your legs and lay down on the outside. You got to stand up.
And I believe if we are going to pursue this rule, we have to maybe
enforce it.
So let's say, no, I don't know what we're trying to do, but let's say no more than 45 seconds on your stomach.
Here is Green, Kolaya Jardine. And realizing he's just a little too deep on that one, he kicks out. You can prone or knee paddle to get out of the way of some waves, but you do have to get back up on your feet and stand up once you get to a safe area. Jace Lau in the house.
How's it, Jason? Nice to meet you. Oh, late takeoff for Red. Wrapping off the bottom. A little too much speed up the face. Decides to kick out. What's Tim's last name? One more shout out to Tim Kramer and Nick Flecker. Mahalos, guys, for tuning in. And mahalos for your hospitality. Always giving my brother and I a place to stay during all the World Tour events in California. And if you're just joining the beach, here at the Waterman League Stand Up World Tour, this is the first leg, Sunset Beach Pro. We have a beautiful venue for the 2013 Stand Up World Tour, going all over the world to places like Chile, California, France, Brazil, Morocco, all over.
9 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in heat number 7. Heat number 8 getting checked in, and they'll be the last round of the trials round. Then we're going to go into the quarterfinals of the trials, and then the top 2 from those quarterfinals will be seeded into the main round. I'd like to thank our wonderful sponsors, Starboard Paddleboards, GoPro, the Hero 3 out now, Amp Energy, Maui Gym Sunglasses, Pacifico Beer, and Turtle Bay Resort.
And Scott Trudon on the beach with Maui Gym Sunglasses. Big mahalos for all your support on the Waterman League Tour.
Yep.
And thank you for putting up a nice Maui Gym tent for the competitors and visitors to hide from the sun for a bit.
Here we go, up and riding in red. No, can't get over the ledge. That's Kainoa Barron peering over that sunset ledge and realizing it was going to be a tall order to get down that wave. Literally a tall order, no pun intended, as that wave was standing pretty tall. Here he goes again. Second chance for Red. And almost gets hung up, but he makes the drop. Beautiful wall in front. We'll see if he can get out ahead. Catches a rail and goes down. And he's going to get pounded by the next set. Oh my gosh.
That's always quite a scare when you look over your shoulder after getting pounded by one and there's another one right behind you.
And you see him in the trough just looking at this whitewater. Can't do anything except bail off his board and trust in the leash.
Oh, and right on the outside, about to take off. Just the wind hits him a little too much and he falls off the board. Out there, the wind factor is picking up, isn't it, Rocky?
Oh, yeah. The trades are filling in. The waves are getting bigger. The wind is getting a little bit stronger. So all the more challenging. Heads up on the beach. We're going to get some high surges throughout the day. The tide's on the rise and the swell is on the rise. Here we go. Up and riding. This is Green, Kolaya Jardine.
Well, it is 12:30 on the beautiful Aloha Friday here for the first day of the Sunset Pro. Excuse me, 11:30. I don't know what time zone I'm on.
Oh, brother, you stay 1 hour ahead.
There is 6 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this heat. I hope all the next riders for the next heat in number 8 are ready with their jerseys. In red, Dave Bainey from USA. California, IA. In white, Grant Baker. And in blue, Manoa Jolette. In green, Kevin Seed.
It's Grant Baker from South Africa, I believe.
And Manoa Jolette, a bit of a Tahitian legend. It's going to be exciting to watch this next heat. Stay tuned. We're getting a lot more people filling out on the beach. The sun is beautiful and warm. Hope everyone's got their sunscreen on.
Yeah, if you're looking for professional competition in some serious surf conditions on the North Shore, you have found it. This is the Stand Up World Tour event number 1, Sunset Beach Pro 2013, brought to you by the Waterman League, Starboard, GoPro, Amp Energy, Maui Gym, Pacifico, and Turtle Bay Resort. No swimming today at this beach. It is very dangerous. Our lifeguards have posted the warning signs, so thank you for your cooperation. If you would like to enjoy safe swimming down the coast at Turtle Bay Resort, we have a very beautiful protected cove, and there is safe swimming there for all ages and all skill levels. And of course, check that out after today's competition. We hope you stick around with us here on the beach and on standupworldtour.com as we see blue Manoa Jolette headed out for his heat. The Tahitian competitor is a well-known shortboard conventional surfing phenomenon from Tahiti, specializing in some big toe-ins at Chopo and doing his thing here in the stand-up world tour now. Going to go out for this heat, taking the place of Kevin Horgan, who was a no-show here. So Manoa Jolette will get a chance.
Yeah. Especially right there where he is. Yeah.
There we go, up and riding in white, Kekoa Awai. White jersey, white board, slashing off the top for turn number 1. Works it beautifully back down into the pit. And another beautiful turn, throwing lots of spray. Nice style, beautiful rhythm, and a nice turn for turn number 3. And then setting up for the roundhouse cutback, switching the paddle very beautifully. Great technique there for Kekoa Awai. Milking this one all the way to the section that we call Val's Reef, making a connection.
Well, Kekoa with such a smooth style on that wave. He really surfs great. I love watching him surf, and I think he's doing pretty well in this heat.
Tent down on the beach. For those of you on the beach, just look right behind you at the Turtle Bay tent. We are raffling off Surfer the Bar gear every 30 minutes. So go ahead and enter. It's a free raffle. As we see Giorgio Gomez dropping in on a nice wave. Beautiful roundhouse cutback. And switching the paddle up to another nice top turn there. Getting out in front of that whitewater section, but that wave fizzles into the channel. Meanwhile, on the outside, it is green. Kolaya Jardine. And tucking into the barrel. He's in, traveling. Oh, cannot come out.
Fuzzy with the Traveler. That was a good one. That was probably the longest barrel ride we've seen for the event so far.
Oh, definitely. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. On the outside, it's red. Kainoa Barron. And Kainoa with a top turn there, and then working it down the line right through that foamy section. Turns off the top and into a 2-stage roundhouse, and he goes down. But credit Kolaya Jardine with the travel time and tucking in there. If we could cue that up on replay, that would be pretty sick.
Yeah, that was killer.
Slow-mo that barrel ride. 1 minute, 40 seconds. Here's Kolaya. See him setting up the double up section and then stalling perfectly, tucks in. It's just so hard to maneuver those boards in the barrel, tucking tight.
He did a really good job maneuvering through that little barrel with that board. It's a lot harder than you think. If you're a surfer and you've gotten barreled before, imagine having twice the width of a board and twice the length, and it's really hard to navigate through those little frothy sections.
Yeah, it's tough enough on a regular surfboard, and just imagining being out there on a bigger board with a cumbersome paddle in your hands is quite the skill level to get in and out of one of these barrels with a stand-up paddleboard. I'm sure we'll see some more attempts throughout the day.
Hopefully the waves keep picking up, and with 50 seconds remaining in this heat, we'll see if the competitors will have enough time to catch one more wave before this heat is over. In the next heat, out in the water in red, we have Dave Bainey, white, Grant Baker, in blue, Manoa Jolet, and in green, Kevin Seed. There's 30 seconds remaining in this heat.
Got a shout out to the Juice Box over on Montserrat in Waikiki. They're watching the contest. And there you see a picture of the beach gallery filling up with spectators, wondering what is going on here. Well, we got the world's best stand-up paddlers competing here at the Sunset Beach Pro for the Stand-Up World Tour. Rocky Cannon along with Zane Schweitzer, and we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 remaining.
All right, well, that concludes heat number 7.
I love you, baby.
What? No. Yeah, I'm about to. I'm about to give a shout out.
Ready?
All right, judges ready? We will be starting in 3, 2, 1. All right, and green is digging for this one to start the wave right off the back. Start the heat right off the bat.
All right, Zane. So, do you get one shout out? You like make some shout outs too? Who you got?
Yes, I have a very special shout out that I would like to make to my beautiful girlfriend, Jimena Ochoa, who is watching from Sayulita, Mexico. Wow. Big aloha to the Sayulita community. Everyone's tuning in over there. Beautiful little town in Mexico. I'll be joining her next week after I finish this event.
Yes, he loves you.
Does Alina have the keys or you? Go. Where's SA? Where's that? South Africa. Okay. Well, set out the back, creeping in. Let's see if anyone will catch it. Red digging for it. Nope, he gets unglued just before looking down the face of the wave.
So this is heat number 8. David Bainey, Grant Baker, Manoa Jolet, and Kevin Seed. Next heat, check in. Whoever you might be.
We don't have.
Next heat, check in. All of you who are in the next heat. You know who you are. Because we don't know who you are. There's Mark Winchell of Turtle Bay Resort getting set up here. We're going to be giving away a lot of gear from Surfer the Bar. I was wondering why that girl in blue when the Surfer the Bar shirt was laying on the beach in front with a Surfer the Bar shirt. I was like, hey, where she got that shirt from? She's working for Surfer the Bar. and Turtle Bay Resort. So if you want to get up there and enter your name, it's a free raffle. You can win a hat, a t-shirt. They got stickers there. Just sign up and you will be entered to win some free stuff, and we'll be giving it away here on the beach. So listen for your name, go up to the tent and claim your prize.
All right, we have some more shout-outs tuning in from around the world. Out in Maui, just around the corner, we have Laura Clayton and her family watching. She's 13 years old. She actually competed in the Women's Pro at Turtle Bay.
Yep, that was on Wednesday.
And she did a great job out there for her first competition. Great work, Laura. Hope to see you out here soon for another heat. But out the back, how's that, Bomber? No one was ready for that one.
Solid 8 to 10 foot sunset, Hawaiian size. That is 15 to 20 feet. Some of the waves are as tall as our scaffolding here. So if you take a look at the scaffolding and imagine that wall of water moving towards you, you would be, wet shoes going back to Waikiki. This one's going to surge high up the beach. Watch your belongings, watch your iPhones, your small children.
All right, and here's a tricky part about even before even starting here, just getting out and in. Look at this, could be pretty tough timing your way back onto the beach or out into the water. But you see, they get washed up and they'll be making it up fine.
Oh, take it easy, Kainoa Baron. TJ Barrett, look at Blue having a
oh, and Giorgio maybe not getting the best of the exchange on that one. Getting licked in the shore break. Yeah,
action
Giorgio.
On the inside.
Yeah, Giorgio. Oh! Take the leash off. Take the leash off. Yeah, bro. Good surfing in your last heat, boys. Well, we are so happy to see everyone on the beach enjoying the beautiful kala, the sun of Hawaii here at Sunset Beach. And also big mahalos to everyone at home, wherever you are around the world, watching with the Stand Up World Tours live feed. Oh yeah, and the waves are coming up, and with the waves coming up, the tide maybe is too. You might need to move back a bit. Water might be creeping and stealing your slippers and towel. The sets just keep coming. I'd say we're starting to see one of the first pulses of the maybe defined new swell coming in.
Well, that was the highest surge up the beach that we just had a moment ago. As we see white up and riding. This is Grant Baker from South Africa. And Grant, down the line speed, tucking under, and he goes over the falls.
Ooh.
Trying to pull in that barrel. Nice effort there. Lots of credit for charging, but he is going to be getting the washing machine effect right now.
All right, everyone. Please keep in mind, as the waves pick up, if you have to scatter and run away from a wave coming at you, before it happens, pick up your trash, throw it away. We don't want any trash being brought into the water. I see some stickers blowing away down there at on the beach.
Red David Bainey up and riding. And nice couple of top turns on his backhand. And we're going to toss it down to the beach with an interview. Live on the beach. Take it away.
So how'd that heat go, man?
It was fun. There was definitely some fun ones out there. It was tough, though, because it was a little shifty. This is my 4th time surfing Sunset, so it's fun, but it's a little challenging for me.
Right on, and you look forward to maybe moving on then?
Yeah, definitely.
Good job out there, right?
Thank you. I'd like to thank Starboard and Blue Line, and also even the support from Mike McGann at Florida Paddleboards too. He's a legend, and my grandparents and all my friends and everything. So yeah, thank you. And I wouldn't be here without them, so thank you so much.
Perfect, man. Good job. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much, Giorgio, for your little update. You're surfing really good out there. Looks like you're liking your equipment, and you're looking very comfortable out there in the well overhead waves. You're going to go to a commercial? Okay. I'm going to make the little shout-outs and then on the internet. All right, for all you viewers on the internet, we are going to stop our live broadcast with the commercial and restart it again, so you will be able to go back and look at previous heats. So after this heat, we'll be doing that. Do we have heats for the next one? Well, out on the water for this heat, the last heat of round 1. There's 15 and 20 seconds remaining. In red, Dave Bainey. In white, Grant Baker. In blue, Manoa Dole. In green, Kevin Seed. A little bit of a background here on rider in red, Dave Bainey. He is actually a surfboard and stand-up paddleboard shaper. He shapes with his family, actually, his father, for Infinity Surfboards.
Oh, right on. Yeah, Dave did a quick interview with us earlier today. So Dave is competing now in the red jersey. So this is heat number 8. Once we complete heat number 8, we're going to stop live coverage for just a moment and then reboot. And then that way you'll be able to click back and watch previous heats if you'd like to. Or you can choose to stay on the live coverage and watch the quarterfinals, which is coming up next.
Do you have any in your bag?
All right, so coming up in heat number 1 of the trials round 2 will be Jamie Sterling in red, Kohei Shirakawa in white, Tamil Martino will be in the blue, and Masa Motihashi will be in green. That is the next heat on deck for the quarterfinals, trials round 2. Top 2 of that heat will be advancing into the main round, which will be holding some of the main round today. Round number 1. "12 minutes, 45 seconds, 12:45 remaining here in heat number 8.
Oh, Red up and riding on a nice set out the back. Drawing a nice bottom turn. That's Dave Baney. Off the top, really smooth, transitioning his paddles on the bottom turns and top turns. And straightens out through the closeout. All right, this is Green up and riding. Kevin Seed. Oh, wow. He just got slapped. That's a lot of water mass landing on your head.
Oh, man. That was a very, very painful looking wipeout as he was in the trough of the wave and just got axed right at the ankles. We'll keep an eye on him, making sure he's up and okay. There he is in the whitewater section. He's
looks like I see
clambering back onto his board.
He's on his board.
Goes under the next wave. Still got his paddle in hand, surprisingly.
Very well played card on his half. You don't want to let go of your paddle because you just automatically lose a minimum of 5 minutes.
Yeah, trying to recover your paddle, especially in conditions like these.
Was that the restart? Are we still live?
And some lines out the back you can see on your screen there. Now back to the lineup shot of surfer in white Grant Baker and blue Manoa Drolet. 9 minutes and 50 seconds here to go in heat number 8.
Well, if you want to oh, wow. Well, if you would like to let us know your hometown and where you're coming from, we would proudly give a shout out to your little place of peace. And on the outside, we have Ryder in the whitewash getting swallowed.
That was Manoa Drolet in blue.
That was definitely a solid wave, Rocky.
Yeah, the waves are coming in at the 8 to 10 range, 8 to 10 feet, Hawaiian size.
All right, and here's a replay of Ryder in red, Dave Baney. Rocky, you want to walk us through this?
Well, it looks like he's speeding down the line, going over some jet ski chops right there. A little bit of a negotiation, and then comes around the corner, putting the paddle in the water nicely with a top turn, and then switches for another nice little fading turn as that wave closes out. So see that whitewater just explode all around him, over his head, engulfing him completely.
Yeah, and that move he did there when he did the top turn and transitioned his paddle through the middle of the maneuver, it's really hard to do that, to go up and do a turn and in the middle of your turn switch your paddle. So that's definitely going to be well noted by the judges. Rocky and I were talking.
Water. Heads up in the shoreline. We got the highest surge coming up the beach.
Oh, I hope you
Watch
don't
out,
have
the
cameras
bag
in
will
that
get
bag.
We've been giving you the warnings. Boom. Oh, that was a gnarly shore break wave right there.
Well, we have more followers out in Virginia Beach.
VA.
Josh, right on. Aloha to you from the beautiful beach of Sunset.
Va Beach.
For everyone on the beach doing Instagrams, always remember hashtag SUWT and user tag Stand Up World Tour. You could go ahead and give Josh a shout on Instagram, Josh757. Also, if you'd like to follow myself, you could hit me up and we will get you guys some shares. Zaniac1. Rocky, you have Instagram?
Zaniac. I am not yet an Instagrammer. I'll be there soon. I'm on Hawaiian time with the technology. I just got Facebook yesterday. Twitter is a little bit beyond my capabilities. But I will have Instagram coming up soon, so no worries. I'll see you guys on there soon enough. But I like that, Zaniac.
Zaniac the Maniac. I guess that was a nickname my parents gave me.
Yeah. Appropriately so, from what I hear of your childhood. 5 minutes and 25 seconds. 5:25. Remaining here in heat number 8, and then we'll be standing by to start heat number 1 of the quarterfinals. Oh, they said they can assist with equipment.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Out there, it's so hard to even see your paddle. And I think, hey, Maddie, you should record people when they're on their stomach too, because we need to enforce it. If we're gonna talk about it,
We gotta give them 2 warnings. After that, then we're gonna throw a triangle.
Yeah.
We'll tell you guys, give them a warning. Give them more than 2 warnings, then like.
Third warning is a triangle.
like, I understand if it's a really rough section. Sometimes you have to.
But when the guys are sitting out the
Yeah.
I mean, if they're just like paddling back out or if they're
Yeah.
sitting in the channel,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no.
We have our girls from New York there on screen.
You were on for just a moment.
Yeah, you were live.
There they are. Oh, isn't it nice to be here instead of in a 2-foot blizzard? So they're enjoying the sun of the North Shore right now. The beautiful sunshine, perfect weather, perfect wave conditions. Everything is coming together nicely here for the second day of this Stand Up World Tour competition. Day number 1 was Wednesday at Turtle Bay Resort. We had the Turtle Bay Women's Pro, and we had the Nakamakai Youth Challenge. So basically women's and juniors getting their competition done over at Turtle Bay. Congratulations to Nicole Pacelli winning the women's, and congratulations to Poinaiki Raioha taking first place for the juniors. And we'll probably see Poinaiki coming up in the main rounds. He was very, very impressive out at Turtle Bay. Here we go. This is green Kevin Seed. Survived that wipeout. Now he's back out in the lineup on a nice looking wave. A couple of turns there for Kevin. He shapes his own board as well. Ever paddle. And on the outside, it is white Grant Baker from South Africa. Grant trying to gain some speed to get around this section. And now he's got a nice wall ahead of him, crouching low, tucking high, and maneuvering right around Kevin Seed.
Well, that was a great ride for Grant Baker. Milked it pretty much as far in as he could have.
Had lots of down the line speed. Didn't see too much radical turns or maneuvers, but great job surviving and staying out ahead of that fast breaking wave. Two minutes remaining. 2 minutes. Remember to sign up at the Turtle Bay tent for free raffles. We're giving away lots of gear from Surfer the Bar and Turtle Bay Resort.
Yay!
All right, here's Kevin Seed up and riding on yet another wave.
Yeah, we'll do that. Do you want to maybe throw him down?
Oh, I don't care. I mean, I got more too, so if that stuff goes, like.
All right, so we just got blessed with some Maui gear promo giveaway stuff that we'll be handing out and tossing out to the beach here momentarily. We got visors, t-shirts, we got a towel there, we got stainless steel water bottles. So if any of that stuff interests you, well, we're going to toss it down there in just a few minutes. We've got limited supply.
All from our very gracious sponsor of Maui Gym Sunglasses, who's a proud sponsor of the Waterman League and Stand Up World Tour. And Matty Schweitzer with his camera angle, shooting his beautiful girlfriend on the beach.
Keeping
his
it
fiance.
In the Ohana. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, that concludes our heat number 8, last heat of round number 1. And when the judges are ready, we will start our first heat.